It is the cafe. Special today is caramel soy calf. Man behind the counter looks right past you and at the dog following close behind. Dante, I will fetch his water dish and perhaps a coffee for our friend here. Paul Amsel sends his regards. Bang bang. When he hears Amsel's name, the Turk's voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take on a knowing look. Ah, very good. Please express to Herr Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs, seen to in the future, I'm always happy to provide. He tells me you're developing a menu for a friend of his now, Herr Winters, I believe. I want to hear all about it. Yes, yes, of course, O wise one. Kami, come. A young woman bustles in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. Barak Ghazi spits something out in rapid-fire Turkish. Yo, for you to chew gum louder than coffee grinders, that is insane. As you wish, uncle. I will see to it right away. Kami offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum, and hurries back into the room that she came from. Our girl Kami is arranging to make contact with the chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I really hate to trouble you. I'm embarrassed to even ask. But I would be most appreciative of your help. What is this trifle? He lowers his voice in a whisper. The errand is simple, hardly worthy of you. I have installed a number of data taps to Berlin's fiber optic network as a part of my civic duty, you understand. These taps provide free matrix access for all who live in the cruise baser. In order to maintain their, how do I say it, their anonymity, each tap's protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each data tap and reset it. That's it? No catch? There is no catch, I assure you. It is time-consuming and a bit tedious, nothing more. Just reset the taps and come back when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around the neighborhood. This first one is just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time you return, I should have the information Herr Amsel requested. As you are resetting the data tap, you notice that someone has duct taped a small homemade receiver to the system. An earplug dangles from the receiver. The sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words that are being spoken. After a moment, you find you can make out two distinct voices. A nasal woman who sounds like a heavy smoker and a man who speaks in a high-pitched, breathy tone. Just heard Monica. Need to verify. Good for us. A sound like a conveyor belt starting adds to the noise of machinery, and you can't make out anything else until it comes to a stop a minute later. Think our next step. Wait, isn't ready to make a move yet. To be patient. See who steps up. Could be someone more. More conveyor belts start up. All you can hear is the sound of machinery. Some sort of motorized vehicle starts up, drowning out everything else. A bell rings loudly again and again. It sounds like a telephone. You hear the sound of a door slamming shut, and the noise of machinery is suddenly muffled. There's a rattle of plastic, and the ringing stops. The nasal woman's voice can be heard again in a sing-song tone. Guten Tag, how may I help you? Silence. Your tone changes, becomes more businesslike. I heard. Silence. Yes, he knows. I told him it wasn't time to make a move yet. What do you think? What do you think I am, an idiot? The council needs to meet again. I know, getting everyone in the same room is challenging. Getting them to agree on a course of action is going to be even more challenging. From my perspective, the cruise baser was only stable because of her. If she really is out of the way, well, we'll see, won't we? Yeah, I know. What can I say? Things go slowly in the flux sometimes. You hear the sound of a door opening again, and the cacophony of machinery fills the line. Can't make out anything more. Interesting. Is this good enough for you, phone? Nope. Alright, so hedge your bets. We're gonna have to fight a dragon in this game. I'll just call this game Dragonfall. And then start things off with lore about a dragon. Even though it's a dead dragon. Don't just do that. There's gonna be something. I finished with your little trifle. Very good. I assume you had no difficulties. Easy, just like you said. I'm delighted, oh excellent one. That out of the way, let us return to our pressing business. He barks a stream of rapid-fire Turkish, and the gum-chewing young woman comes hurrying out and out to the counter. The menu for Herr Amsel, uncle. Kami hands you a folded piece of paper. Inside is a memory stick. Please extend my consolations to him. The death of Fräulein Schaffer must have hit him hard. Barak Ghazi gives Kami a small nod and she hurries out of the room. When she is gone, he returns his attention to you. Please express my condolences as well. I only just heard the news from Monica. Heard the news. Monica was an important part of this community. He frowns. You know how important. The memory stick Kami just handed you should contain all the information Herr Amsel requires from our chef in the field. Should you require my services in the future, You know where to find me. Until then, good day. Wonder if I should have told him about the tap. I feel like he wanted me to hear that. But when he gave me the memory stick, then it felt like, you know, that wasn't what was going on. So, I don't know. Axelrod. Amsel peers at you apprehensively. His eyes are bloodshot, his expression grim. Did you get the information about Green Winters? Yes, I spoke to Altuk. He gave me this memory stick. Let us see what his agent has to say. Amsel snatches the memory stick from your hand and slots it into his computer terminal. He navigates a series of command line menus, and a wall of amber text floods the screen. And Amsel scans it, mouthing the words as his eyes flit back and forth. Barak Ghazi's agent tailed Green Winters to a hotel in a cesspool of keys called Dragonfall. The hotel is called Das Kesselhaus. It is a renovated factory nestled deep in the heart of Dragonfall. It appears that Winters is holed up there. Recently, there was some contention between two gangs over control of this neighborhood. Due to the gang violence, the agent refused to follow Winters inside the hotel, but he confirms that he is still inside. Well, what are we waiting for? Iger slings her rifle over her shoulder with a single spare motion. Gear up, people. We have a hotel to raid. Lori and Dietrich pause, exchange looks with Paul. Just a moment, Iger. Amsel rises from his chair, drawing himself to full height. Even so, he has to crane his neck to look her in the eye. You are an excellent soldier, and nobody questions your competence in the field. Your loyalty to this team is equally commendable. That said, I believe that Axelrod is the right choice to lead the team. Oh no. Are you trying to get me stabbed in the back, dog? There is a long pause before Iger speaks. When she does, her voice comes out dull and flat. What? Don't mistake this decision for a reprimand. Monica considered your contributions to the team to be invaluable. But we all know that she wasn't comfortable putting a soldier in charge. Iger speaks through clenched teeth. Her words are measured, but her expression is livid. This is unbelievable. You want to put the rookie in charge, again. She shakes her head. Don't you people learn from your mistakes? Axelrod is the reason we're still alive, Iger. He kept us together. He let us out of there in one piece, making him your golden boy. She sounds tired, resigned, but above all disappointed. This is more of your flux state idiocy at work, isn't it? Dietrich reaches out, puts his hand on her shoulder. It's what Monica believed in. Iger's voice tightens. For a moment, her control slips and her face contorts in grief. Yeah, and look where that got her. She straightens to her full height. Let me give you a piece of advice. In the field, only two things matter, the mission and survival. Everything else is a distraction. Your ridiculous politics have no place on the Shadowrun, or on a Shadowrun. Dietrich manages a smile. What can I say? We're German. We have a history of strong political views. Iger sighs. A tone of resignation returns to her voice. Screw it. Let's put an end to this. I've got the skill and experience to lead this team. Axelrod, on the other hand, was appointed by Monica as a joke. If you'd rather he take the lead, I'll abide by that. But I want to hear each of you say it. no quarrel with you, Iger. I'll do as the group wishes. You stay out of this. Yeah, I feel like we should have just been able to say nothing. That was the option I was looking for. She stabs an armored finger into your chest, hard. The moment she raises her hand to you, Dante's ears lay back, and he lets out a low growl. Reflexively, she takes a half step back. I think we've heard what Dante has to say. As for my part, Axelrod saved our lives back there. You may not want to believe it, but he did. The way I see it, that means I follow his lead a while longer. Gloria's voice is uncharacteristically gentle. I trust in Monica's judgment, therefore I trust in Axelrod's judgment. Discussion is finished, Iger. Amsel speaks softly, but his tone is firm. Axelrod will take Monica's place as the leader of this team. Oh, Jesus. I'll play nice for now. I'll do whatever it takes to keep this team and Monica's legacy alive. That includes taking your advice, Iger. Iger gives you a small nod. That's big of you. She looks from Dietrich to Glory to Amsel, finally down at Dante. Then she sighs. I don't agree with this decision, but I will respect it. He nods again, more decisively this time. Axelrod takes the lead then. Conversation closed. It's time to move on. We need to focus on chasing down Green Winters. Indeed, I have transferred the information that we received from Altug to the computer terminal in the next room. It used to be Monica's personal workstation, Axelrod. Now it is yours. Monica kept a variety of notes and dossiers on the machine. I would suggest reviewing her notes when you have the time. Amsel turns his attention away from you and back to his computer screen. Good hunting. I eagerly await your return. I wouldn't suggest driving to Drogenkip. The roads aren't safe. Taking the U-Bahn would be safer anyway. Thanks for the tip, Iger. The U-Bahn it is. Iger nods, then turns to check her equipment. The rest of the group disperses in turn. You now command a team of Shadowrunners. When traveling to new mission locations, you will be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify their loadout for the run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they'll be automatically extracted for emergency medical care. They will be patched up and ready for action the next time you return to your safe house. Avoid this loss of firepower by always carrying some Bumona trauma kits into the field. These can be purchased at the Street Docks office in the Cruise Baser. Quick save. Your workstation and mission computer. The command center for your team's operations and your last link to the memory of Monica Schaefer. Her thoughts and words live on in the machine. At times, it's easy to forget that she's gone. New messages? Old messages. Green flickers to life and Monica's face appears. Her hands are on her hips and she's wearing a wry smile. Hey, Ace. If you're reading this, it means that I've either died or stepped down. Hopefully the latter, but probably the former. Not many Shadowrunners make it to retirement age. In any case, I'm sure that you'll do a fine job in the role. If you need anything, talk to Paul. He's a good man, and he knows how important it is to me that you take my place. One last thing, Ace. Iger might cause you some problems. In fact, I think it's a fair bet that she already has. Just remember, she brings something to this team that nobody else does. You'll want her on your side. My advice to you is this. Hold your own with her. If she pushes you, push back. Don't try to butter her up with flattery. She'll see right through it. Most of all, do what you can to earn her respect. She'll never be satisfied following you if you don't give her a better reason to than because Monica said so. I have faith in you, Ace. It's up to you to justify that faith. She half turns away from the camera, then returns her attention to you. The image is uncannily lifelike. Oh, and by the way, Ace, if you botch this, I'm coming back and haunting you. I mean that. Jobs directory. Pending jobs. Team personnel files. Let's just read our own. Image of Monica smiles on the screen. Axelrod, my secret weapon. I've run enough with Axelrod to know that he's trustworthy. Good in a fight, too. But beyond all that, it's good just to see him again. There aren't many people left from the old days. Far too few. And Axelrod, well, he was always the best of them. He takes a deep breath, then shakes her head with a sigh. God, that was sappy. Mental note. Re-record this before Axelrod gets a chance to see it. At any rate, if anything happens to me, it's good to know that he'll be on hand to fill my shoes. It's not what Iger would want, but it is what would be best for the team. Alright. Good enough. Alright, let's do hard save. Alright, fine. We'll do a quick save. Get on the train! Assemble the team. I figured I'd get a screen to assemble the team. But that did not happen. They got a sniper rifle and a shotgun. Damage is your strength +2. Interesting. It doesn't look like I can, like, select people. I'm just assuming that I get all of them. That appears to be the case. All right. Do a hard save. And this is where I'm going to call it quits for today. As per usual, you know, first day, like to check volume levels. You know, it's possible that the volume was just insanely loud and you couldn't hear me at all. It's also possible the volume was insanely low and you couldn't hear the game at all. So I have no idea. So we're going to find that out and figure it out. And then I'll be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific, and we're going to continue with some more Shadowrun Dragonfall. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See ya the next time I see you. Peace.